we're live?
Yeah. Well, we were live before. I just need to record it.
Good morning. Where did it go? That's
Where
the
did
stream
it go?
sale.
I think you and I are the only ones on.
Join us tonight.
Nobody gets up this early in the morning.
I know, it's...
Oh, there's a third person on. I don't know who it is. But
4 to 7. Where is it at? Let me refresh the page. Oh, it's Friday. It's 9:29. I know it's a little early, but we're doing this early because I got to go do something at 11, and Dom's got to get out of here and live his life. There we go. Final Order Cutoff. All right, so let me share this real quick in a group. That's going to go to... I got to change it to my personal account, and we're going to send it to Colorado.
Nikki.
What's up, Nikki?
Chris.
Friday FOC
Nate, how's it going?
Live.
We're going to get this
copy.
going here. You guys
Just gotta
wanna
get
stay
this-
tuned.
gotta get this
just
shared.
mid-side what's going on with the DC stuff with us.
Yeah, for those of you, I mean, we'll talk about it. Let me get it shared. Rocky Mountain. FOC
John's sharing all the
Live.
stuff for everybody. So.
I'm just getting the video into our... Oh, see, it did it again. Friday FOC Live. I can't copy and paste the title for some reason. Facebook just baffles me. Share in a
Randy
group.
3-pound bacon Salazar just...
Yeah, he's in a bacon coma. Colorado.
Sean Morgan's on.
I gotta change this to Paulo Just. Nope, wrong one again. Sorry, I suck, guys. I'm going slow this morning. And Friday FOC Live. Here we go. Okay, and welcome everybody. We are live. We're here to talk to you about Final Order Cutoff. Some interesting things happened after we did the show last week. We'll get to that here in just a second after you watch this short clip.
What's your plan for tomorrow? Are you a leader or will you follow? Are you a fighter or will you cower? It's our time to take back the power. What's your plan?
And we're back.
Never has that song been more important than right now, which is
exactly.
ironic.
Sorry.
Okay, good morning. It's okay. Morning, everybody. John and Dom here, bringing you the all of the FOC news that you can stomach this early on a Friday morning. So welcome. Thanks for taking a second to chat with us about this stuff. We do this show. We write up this post every week to kind of shed some light on the whole ordering process for how comics work. And then a wrench got thrown into that hole. Just mess with your mojo there.
It was something.
So after we did this show last week, we got word from DC that DC is now pulled out of Diamond Comics for distribution. They, during the whole COVID-19 closure thing, they set up two different distributors, kind of sidestepping Diamond because they had product, they had stores that wanted to sell product, so they were finding ways to get product to shops, which I can't fault them for that. No. The two distributors that they set up, one of them is Midtown Comics, the other one is DCBS. Midtown is supposed to take care of the East Coast, and DCBS is everybody, Midwest and West Coast, which is all fine and dandy, but DCBS and Midtown are retailers. Midtown is a retailer with retail stores. DCBS is kind of a direct-to-consumer, low budget, bottom, deep discounter sort of thing. So we decided I originally set up an account with Lunar, who is DCBS, and then found out who it was, and I was like, nah, we'll just wait until Diamond starts shipping stuff again. There's no need to get product in that early. Well, now I have to. So after last week's FOC, DC sent out an email to everybody that said that we're no longer going to distribute comics through Diamond. We're going exclusively through, it's called Lunar and UCS, or DCBS in Midtown, however you want to call it. So this everything we talked about on last week's show is re-FOC'd on this Monday. So all the stuff that we're talking about today is on Final Order Cutoff. That is our last attempt to adjust numbers on books before they ship out to us. And these are all on FOC Monday, June 15th. So you're going to see some stuff that we're going to talk about that was on the show last week, because now I have to do the FOC instead of through Diamond, through Lunar. And that nothing's going to happen. We're not going to stop carrying. I've read some things about stores who are like, I'm not carrying DC. Like, that's just it's
insane.
That's not a logical option. Yes, it's going to be more difficult. Yes, it's going to be a giant nightmare and a huge pain in the ass.
Already is.
We'll figure it out. We'll work through it. We're gonna still carry DC books. We sell, DC and Marvel are kind of 50-50 right through the middle of the store. So I can't alienate half of our comic book readers and just take a stand and say no. Like, we're going to do the work, we're going to put the effort in, and we'll still have comics for everybody. It's just, for us, it's going to be more difficult. That's all. So, as if it's not difficult enough as it is, let's make it more difficult. So, I think I can get off my soapbox. I don't know that I was on a soapbox, but I just want to let you guys know what's happening. So the point of sale system that we use here at the store is a program that was designed by Diamond. It's called Comic Suite. It allows us to manage subscriptions and do special orders and all that stuff. And the big issue is now how do we get the data from Lunar into the system that Diamond has been, working on and fine-tuning, let alone their Pullbox app that is now, I don't know how it's going to work. Because in my mind, why would Diamond continue to support DC if DC's not supporting Diamond? I don't think that they would continue to add item codes and series codes and all that sort of stuff. So how do we get all of this product from another source into our database and have it populate and fill in and put into pick lists so that we can pick your comics for you? That's the hurdle that we're all trying to figure out right now, that everybody's kind of waiting. I'm not
doing it for the last few weeks.
I'm not that tech savvy, so I'm gonna wait till somebody who knows way more than I do figures it out and says, here you go, here's how you do it. So yeah, that's the fun that we get to look forward to moving forward, starting with this Final Order Cutoff. So let's jump right in. Again, everything that we're talking about here is on FOC Monday, June 15th. Most of these titles are going to be in stores on either July 8th or July 15th, I think. If there's anything that you see, and I can't stress how important this is moving forward, especially with DC product. What's up?
Also, in the very top header of this post, I put in a link to DC Connect so you can pull codes,
right,
look at whatever they have to offer. This way, just kind of like previews, but it's for DC.
So in the same where DC has pulled out of Diamond, the previews that came out, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
DC used to publish their own little catalog that if you bought the big previews catalog, you got Marvel and DC for free. They're not doing that anymore because they're not associated with Diamond, and so they've created a new product called DC Connect, and we'll walk you through it at the end of the show like we normally do, because we can't take item codes like we do for everything that we've done in the past on this show and copy and paste them into a search engine, because it's not supported by Diamond anymore. So it's going to make everything a little chaotic. We need our customers
to be a little more vigilant.
Yeah,
and you need to look into what you want. We can't really look it up for you because it's going to take way too much time while we're sitting over there because we don't have direct access to the stuff.
Exactly. Just typing this up last night, I had to go to Lunar and look at what all the DC titles that are on FOC, and then I had to go to Diamond and look at all the titles, from all the other publishers that are on FOC, and put this together to give you guys the tool to order stuff. So, again, please use these tools and let us know what you want to order so that we can make sure that we get everything right as best we can. So I'm sure that there will be mistakes that happen moving forward, but bear with us, be patient. We're doing the best that we can with the information that we've got. So If you would like to subscribe to any of the things that you see on here, please comment sub with the title. If you want to subscribe to variants, that's fine. You can say sub Batman variants, and we'll just pull the variant for you. If you want both covers, you can say sub Batman all, and we'll pull both covers for you. Just let you know. If you would just like to pull a copy, like a single copy, where you're not adding that title to your subscription, so that you get it on a monthly basis, please comment pull with the title, the cover, and the quantity that you would like to order. If you want, 10 copies of this super cool Matina Punchline cover for Batman 94, as long as you tell me before FOC, I can make that happen for you. Okay? So sub if you want it on your subscription, or pull if you would just like a copy to show up, or copies in your hold slot. Okay, so from DC this week in stores on July 8th, we have Batman 94. 92 just came out. We've already FOC'd 93. This is 94. The designer's machinations have left Batman's life in tatters. Gotham City's ambitious rebuilding has skittered to a halt as new powers are rising to shape its destiny, and Batman is powerless to stop them. With no Alfred or Bat family to lean on, the Dark Knight stands alone as the ascendance of his greatest adversary. Main cover on my side is by Tony Daniel, who has been doing the main covers for quite a while now. The variant cover, though, on Dom's side, we get Matina's take on Punchline and the Joker there together. This is still part of the Joker War story arc, so if you've missed out on something, let us know. We've still got Nightwing 72nd prints in stock. We can get you caught up. Okay. Next from DC. Okay, so this is the title. We talked about this on last week's show. It was supposed to be on FOC this last Monday, but because of all of the distributor nonsense, it's now on FOC again. So if you missed out on getting your orders in for Deceased Dead Planet #1, here's your chance to get it to me a second time, so that I know what you want to order. We're not gonna go over it. If you've been on Deceased since the start, you know that it's a weird anti-life equation that's corrupted through technology, and it killed a bunch of people, and everybody left Earth. Yeah, but this is the sequel to the original, written by Tom Taylor with art by Trevor Hairsine. There's 4 covers that you can order. The main cover right there is by David Finch. Variant cover on Dom's side is the zombie cover by Matina. You've got the movie poster cover down here by Ben Oliver, and it looks like Ben's going to do all of the movie posters moving forward. Nice. And then the super cool, it's almost like an old wanted sign. The Deceased Dead Planet blank for #1 right there on the right. Okay. Next from DC this week, we've got Flash 757. This starts a brand new story arc called Legion of Zoom instead of Legion of Doom. I like what they did there. As the Flash's greatest enemies, Gorilla Grodd, the Turtle, Trickster, and Captain Cold, attack Central City at the same time, the fastest man alive finds he's not fast enough to stop them all or save everyone in danger. Main cover on my side is by Rafa Sandoval. Variant cover on Dom's side is by In-Hyuk Lee. Both of those are solid choices. If you're looking for a new place to jump on for Flash, this is it. 757. In stores July 8th. Legion of Zoom Part 1. That sounds fun. I like how the turtle looks too. Like he's all armored up. That's pretty neat. Okay, next from DC. This one is in stores on July 15th. We've got the Joker Harley Criminal Sanity Secret Files #1. So Secret Files, somebody asked about the Batman one that came out this Wednesday. It's kind of like an annual. It's another way to get an extra $5 out of your pocket if you're subscribed to Batman. But generally, there's stuff that takes place in the Secret Files that either ties into what's going on currently in the story or provides you kind of an alternate story that still affects the greater overall thing that's happening in the title. So, for example, we've got Joker Harley Criminal Sanity Secret Files #1. Harley is hunting 2 serial killers, the Joker and a brutal psychopath who murdered her roommate and disappeared years ago, and the unidentified killer currently terrorizing Gotham City. In this one-shot, see pieces of the puzzle on Harley's investigation board and steal a glimpse into John Kelly's high school notebook, a book he still carries today. Cami Garcia has been consulting forensic psychiatrist and behavior analyst analyst Edward Kurtz, MD, throughout the series to ensure the accuracy of the story and of Harley's methodology, which is super freaking cool.
Right.
In this special issue, Dr. Kurtz's work is spotlighted as we reveal secrets from Harley's past, hidden details of crime scenes, and a real-life profile of the Joker that has driven the progression of his murders in this story. So that's kind of neat. The main cover on the main cover is by the
JDW's watching, so don't say the next
one. Is he watching?
Yeah.
The one and only David Mack. There is a variant cover that we don't have the artwork for that is by Mr. Bill Sienkiewicz. So if you guys are getting this series, if you're subbed to the main cover, we'll order you the main cover. If you're subbed to the variant, we'll order you the variant. It's just a one-shot, so it's not something that you can really add to a subscription. So if you'd like to pull one or both, please comment pull Joker Harley Criminal Sanity Secret Files #1. And I guess when we get a Sienkiewicz variant, we'll have to post that when it shows up. Finally, from DC this week, we have Wonder Woman number 758. Wonder Woman, I had to put this up. I put this up because I am in love with the variant cover. It is amazing. Wonder Woman puts herself on the line to save War Master from an ancient power, the Phantom Stranger. Zeef just went, what? But Diana is out of her depth, and the Stranger's power knows no limit. Is our hero prepared to break eternal law to save her former friend, or is the Circle of Eternity's judgment exactly what War Master deserves? Main cover on my side is by Robson Roca, who's been killing it on interiors for Aquaman. But that variant cover, damn, by Jeff Deckel, that is, I love it. I really love it. She just looks powerful, Dom. She looks like she's not going to take any BS from you, sir. I will snap your neck like it's Maxwell Lord.
That easy, yeah.
That easy. Okay, so from IDW this week, we've got Sonic the Hedgehog Annual 2020. They do one of these every year. If you're subscribed to Sonic, we'll make sure that we have a copy of the annual waiting for you in your hold slot. This is Untold Tales of the Metal Virus. As the metal virus plague, Dr. Eggman's latest plan that turns all organic life into zombified robots spreads across Sonic's world, none can escape its path. Join Sonic and some of his greatest friends and worst foes in 6 incredible, previously untold stories about how the world reacts to this latest threat. Cover A on my side, the credit was, it just said it's by Sonic Team. I don't know what that means. That's not the name of a person. Cover B on Dom's side is by Natalie Fordrain. I want to say that those were $7.99. Yeah, that's right there on the freaking.
Oversized too, aren't
they are, and they're usually kind of perfect bound. They're prestige format, square bound, so they're nice big books with extra pages. So Sonic the Hedgehog Annual.
Oh, like a Marvel book where it's falling apart.
Yeah, $10 saddle stitched, splitting at the edges. From Image this week, I can't believe this book is already on issue 25. It feels like just yesterday where we were reading with the advanced trade paperback. This is Oblivion Song 25, a brand new story arc celebrating our huge 25th issue with special bonus content and an all-new story arc. Nathan Cole's world has changed. Nothing could have prepared him for what has happened, what he's had to do, and how it has affected him. Starting now, he embarks on a new journey with a full knowledge of Oblivion and what caused the transference. The fate of the Earth rests in his capable hands. Also in this issue, a special origin story drawn by series colorist extraordinaire Annalisa Leone. There are 5 different covers. One of them I was informed of by a customer because he's a huge J. Scott Campbell fan. He's like, "Can you get this for me?" I was like, "It's not even in the."
I saw it
there
morning.
it is. Did you?
Yeah.
So the main cover on my side is by the series artist Lorenzo Di Felici. Variant cover on Dom's side is by Brian Finch, or David Finch. I'm mixing up Brian Hitch and David Finch because they have very similar last names. David Finch, I apologize. Cover C down here is by Art Adams. Cover D on Dom's side is by Charlie Adler of Walking Dead fame. And there you go, friends, right here. Bump it up. There is cover E by the one and only J. Scott Campbell, with not a single lady on the cover, I have to point out, which is all the single ladies. Yeah, right. Or pushing his chest together or something.
Push his guns out. He should have had him like this.
Yeah, just like, I'm wrestling monsters. So that is Oblivion song number 25. If you've been playing along this whole time, I read the advanced trade, which is the first 6 issues, and then I stopped, and I really should pick it up.
We never got back to it because we read it so early.
Yeah, we read it like 2 or 3 months before the book came out, and then we had to wait for 6 months for them to get through the first story arc, and it just feels like
really good.
Forever ago. It's a great read.
Not around 25.
We're terrible comic people. From Marvel this week in stores on July 8th, we have Empire Fantastic Four issue 0. The last of the Kree Skrull Warriors, a pivotal issue not just for Empire but for the future of the FF. In the most unlikely of places, the Fantastic Four witness the final conflict of the Kree Skrull War, and the fate of these final warriors will mark a stunning change in the lives of Marvel's first family for years to come. That's what they always say. Yeah. Life changing, and everything's gonna be the same forever anymore because of this comic book right here. I forgot where I was at.
Oh, no.
All this and the introduction of a long hidden elder of the universe. First appearance alert. The Profiteer. Witness the first appearance of this new major player in the cosmos.
Major player.
Right there.
Like Voyager.
Fantastic Four, Empire, number 0. $4.99. I think we had Avengers on a couple weeks ago, so we're gradually working back up to getting Empire out. But if you would like to pick up a copy of this, it's just a one-shot, so you have to say, pull Fantastic Four, Empire 0. And there's only one cover, so maybe Marvel's learning. They're not, because we'll talk about something here in just a second.
75 covers or something.
Yeah. Next from Marvel, this was on FOC many moons ago. This is the X-Men God Loves, Man Kills extended cut. It's a 2-issue miniseries. This is issue 1. The Uncanny X-Men, Magneto, Master of Magnetism, the bitterest of enemies for years, but now they must join forces against a new adversary who threatens not only mutant kind, but all of humanity beside it, in the name of God. The members of the Stryker Crusade are poised to cleanse the earth no matter how much blood stains their hands. Chris Claremont and Brent Anderson's influential X-Men story is represented with all new pages from the legendary creators themselves. Main cover on my side is by Salvador Larroca. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Brent Anderson, the original graphic novel artist. We've got a variant cover down here by Giuseppe Camuncoli. Wow. And we have another variant over on Dom's side by Mr. Rod Rice. So it's taken them about 2 months, but we finally have all the covers, and this is on FOC on Monday.
If you've never read this story, you got to read it.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
It's one of the best solo kind of standalone X-Men stories.
I sat there, I think I was 12 years old, and read this when it came out. I was sick with the flu and read it over and over and over. And I think the most memorable thing is I think at the end of the book, on the back page, is just a dead girl hanging there with the word Muty on her.
Really?
It's creepy. But it's also true to life because especially with what we're going
what's
through
happening right now.
It kind of applies. But if you've never read X-Men God Loves, Man Kills, read it. It's incredible.
And here's the way to do that. 2-issue miniseries representing the original with lots of extras. $4.99. All of those covers right there are open to order. So let us know before Monday which one you would like to pick up. From Boom this week. Boom! In stores on July 8th. We've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer Willow number 1. What'd you say?
Is that Frizz?
No, that's Bartel.
Oh, I get the two mixed up.
Yeah. After everything and everyone she lost to the Hellmouth, Willow is leaving Sunnydale behind for a new school that promises to help you prioritize your true self. I need to go to that school.
Yeah. Don't we all?
But Willow soon learns that all is not as it seems, and if your true self isn't what the school thinks it should be, well, don't worry, they'll help you get there by any means necessary. Now, truly alone for the first time in her life, Willow must rely on her instincts and her magic to save herself from a different kind of threat than Buffy ever prepared her to face. Award-winning writer Mariko Tamaki, who did the Harley Quinn Breaking Glass novel, And superstar artists Natasha Bustos, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur bring Willow face to face with the truth of her past and plant the seeds for a future no one could have predicted. There is a main cover by Jen Bartel that you are seeing on your screen right now. There's a variant cover by Mirka Andolfo, which we don't have an image for. There's also a variant cover by Rosemary O'Connell that we do not have an image for. So there's 3 options for this particular book. It's on FOC Monday, and I can just show you the main cover. $3.99. I don't know if this is supposed to be a mini-series. It's Boom, typically when they have a one-shot, it's oversized and it's more expensive, just like the Sonic Annual that we talked about.
Check the previews page, or the list we have at the end.
Yes.
Check that during the day, because a lot of times after the show, it pops up.
So the way the FOC cycle works, the publishers technically have to have all of the content, including covers, into Diamond by 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday. And we are getting to that point. We're 6 minutes away from that point right now. So after the show and throughout the weekend, if you want to check out what those other covers look like, we'll show you how to do that at the end of the broadcast. Excuse me. And that brings us to, who does number 2 work for? Should be you.
Who does number 2 work for? Who does number 2 work for?
That's right, buddy. You show that turd who's boss.
You're going to show that turd who's boss, right? Meow. Okay? So this little segment of the show, we like to spotlight number 2s that you may have picked up a copy of number 1, read it, grabbed it off the rack, enjoyed it, but weren't sure if you wanted to commit to it or not. So we're trying to bring focus to number 2s, because we always order big generally for number 1s.
Yeah.
Everybody buys them, and then we cut numbers for number 2 because nobody adds it to their pull, their subscription. And so we're trying to bring focus to that to make sure that we have copies of the books that you guys want to read. So here from DC, again, these were on FOC last week, so we've already talked about them. Batman Adventures continues number 2. Number 1 just came out on Wednesday. So if you picked up a copy and had a chance to read it and enjoyed it, let us know. It's a 6-issue miniseries if you would like to subscribe to it. Is in stores on July 1st. I don't know if that might have changed. It might now be July 8th. I didn't look at the dates. So, well, yeah, because they pushed the FOC back a week, the release date should technically be pushed back a week. Because I don't think that there are any DC stuff that's coming out on July 1st. Slade Wilson has come to Gotham City. His arrival is making the Dark Knight very suspicious. Robin, on the other hand, thinks the swashbuckling mercenary is just there to help. Is Deathstroke a friend or foe, and what are his plans for Batman? And again, we talked about this last week. The main cover says that it's by Dave Johnson, but it doesn't look like any Dave Johnson cover I've seen. It looks more like Sean Murphy. The B cover, however, is fantastic and is by Dustin Wynn. So let us know if you would like to add that to your subscription or just pull a copy of either one of those covers. Okay. Same thing for this next one. This is the DC Classics reprint of Batman Adventures, which is a series that we can subscribe you to. I don't know how long it's going to run. I'm hoping that it'll get to issue 12 so we can have a cool reprint of the first appearance of Harley. But again, this is DC Classics, the Batman Adventures number 2.
Got mixed up on yesterday?
Yes, because they released them both at the same time. They released Batman The Adventures Continue and Batman Adventures at the same time in the same week, and they're doing it again with number 2. So this is the original one from way back in 1992, where the one that we just talked about above is a brand new story. The one that we talked about above picks up where the animated series left off. This is just a reprint of the original comics from 1992. Okay? From IDW this week, here we go. We're FOCing a title before we have any kind of sales information on issue number 1, which is frustrating as hell. But if you dig Stephen King, this might be right up your alley. This is Sleeping Beauties number 2 of 10. It is in stores on July 8th. It is based on the horror novel by Stephen King and his son Owen King, adapted into comic book format by Rio Yowers and Allison Sampson, with A covers on my side by Annie Wu, B covers on Dom's side by Jen Woodall. A strange sleeping sickness known as Aurora has fallen over the world, and strangest of all, it only affects women. In the small town of Dueling, a mysterious woman has walked out of the woods. She calls herself Eve and leaves a trail of carnage behind her. More mysterious is she is the only woman who's not falling asleep. So there you go.
Not tired.
No, she's ready. She's in it to win it. That's right. So A cover on my side, Annie Wu. B cover on Dom's side by Jen Woodall. I want to say this comes out next week. So if you can go to the future and read it and then come back to now and tell us if you like it, let us know so we can put it on.
Will then be now?
Soon, I think. I've lost all the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. The what, and the what. This next one did come out this week. It was fantastic, even though Dom's going to poo-poo all over it. We have Adventure Man #2 in stores on July 8th. The mysterious disappearance of the original Adventure Man gets a little more complicated when, in the modern era, single mom Claire Connell stumbles into his legacy. But with the adventure mantle come untold dangers from those who would seek to destroy it. So again, we've got this on the shelf right now. #1 is a no-risk #1. You can pick it up. It's 64 pages of comics for $4. If you read it and don't like it, bring it back, and we will give you a credit on your next purchase. If you read it and you enjoyed it, #2 is on FOC on Monday. So let us know if you'd like to subscribe to it or at least pull a copy. We went big again on #1 because we're offering it as a no-risk #1. We were not going to go as big on #2 because we're going to look at sales numbers. We're going to have sold a crap ton of copies, but we want to make sure that you guys get the comics that you want to read. So let us know if you dug Adventure Man. Okay? From Marvel, I can't believe this is finally coming out. It seems like it's been 6 months since #1 hit. We've got Strange Academy #2 finally in stores on July 8th. Go to class with the students at Strange Academy. Your class schedule, you got History of Magical Objects with the Ancient One, Elements of Chaos Magic with the Scarlet Witch, Gym with Coach Taylor, I don't know what that means,
That is.
Lunch cooked by the Mindful One, Introduction to the Undead with Brother Voodoo, Inferno 101 with Magic, Study Hall, and then Magical Plants and the Care Thereof with Professor Man-Thing. That sounds like
That's
a fun
pretty cool.
freaking day. The main cover on my side is by Humberto Ramos, who is the artist inside. This is written by Scotty Young. The variant cover on Dom's side is by Art Adams. I don't think we have any copies of #1 left. I'll probably have to order some more of those. That's another one. We went big on #1. I don't know that a lot of people added #2 to their pool, so
A lot of people like it.
if you enjoyed it when it came out a year ago, almost, it wasn't a year. It was like 4 months ago, but that's almost a year in 2020 terms. Let us know if you would like to subscribe or pull a copy of Strange Academy #2. Okay. From AWA Artists, Writers, and Artisans, this just came out this week. This is Old Haunts #2. This is in stores on July 8th. 3 made men standing at the brink of retirement find their unbreakable bond put to the ultimate test when they are suddenly assaulted by the ghosts of their past. Confronted by decades of buried secrets, resentments, affairs, double crosses, and murders, the 3 friends have no choice but to unearth the deepest, darkest sin from their past and pray that they don't find an empty grave. Sounds awesome.
It does. I didn't look at it. I didn't even open it up.
No, I flipped through it. It looks really good.
How's the
It
art?
looks like it's a quick read. The art's pretty solid.
Okay. I like these AWA.
And they're all miniseries, which is nice. So, Old Haunts 5-issue miniseries #2 is in stores on July 8th. Okay? This one came out last week, and we have a #2 that's on FOC this week. We've got Sabrina Something Wicked #2 in stores July 8th. Sabrina has long felt the pull of her 2 worlds, witch and mortal, but she's always had her devoted aunts Hilda and Zelda on her side to help her guide her through that gauntlet. But when a spell suggests she can no longer trust even them, where will Sabrina turn as a series of supernatural murders fall upon the town of Greendale? Cover A on my side is by Veronica Fish, who is the interior artist for the book. Cover B on Dom's side is by Sweeney Boo. And cover C down here by
fun.
Ryan Gonzalez is super cool, man. That's great. So 3 open to order covers. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Something Wicked, number 2 of 5. Okay? So that wraps it up. We're going to go through this next list. And the list is going to look weird because, again, I had to pull from our now 2 distributors to put this list together. So the first block that you are going to see here is all of the DC stuff that's on FOC this coming Monday. There are no item codes attached to this because DC pulled out of Diamond. They're not being distributed by Diamond anymore. So I don't know. I guess you can just Google.
Either use the Connect.
I don't think any of these are in the Connect though, because these would have come out in the previews 2 months ago.
True. That's true. That's the problem. That's why you guys have. It's more important for you guys to look this stuff up,
Right.
so we know exactly what you're talking about as far as artists and stuff like that. We know what you're looking for.
I don't have a way to give you the information like we were doing previously because nothing has an item code anymore. So, but you can use this list. You can Google. You can copy. You can still copy and Google all of this stuff and figure out what the covers are and the creative teams and all that. But like I said, DC's going to be kind of a headache because they're bucking the tradition, the 20-year tradition that they've had with Diamond, and they're going rogue for the most part. So, but that is the entire list of DC stuff that is on FOC. Once you get through that, you'll see the more familiar lists from Diamond.
I'm gonna go after this Buffy the Vampire Slayer one that we wanted to check into, right?
Perfect. Yes, the Andolfo cover B.
So I'm gonna
Whoa.
I need everything.
All you have to do with these is copy that little item code right there, paste it into a search bar, whichever is your choice browser. The first item that's going to come up is the DC is the Diamond Comics Previews World listing for that item. We still don't have an image, and we're past noon Eastern time. So, way to go. Way to go, a-holes. Just kidding. But this gives you a rundown of everybody that is still being distributed from Diamond. You've got Boom, you've got Dark Horse, you've got Dynamite, you've got IDW, Image, Marvel, blah, 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 and everybody else. You have this entire list that you can go through over the weekend. It's Friday morning, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday before 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to get your orders in to us so that we can order you the comics that you want to order.
I'm gonna pull up DC Connect.
Yeah, let's go through DC Connect really quick. We just Dom posted a link to this on our Facebook page yesterday. This is the DC website, and this is the DC Connect #1 listing on DC's website. So there's a link to this in this video at the top, and there's also a link on our Facebook page. You have 2 options here where you can basically either look at the DC Connect magazine online, or you can download a PDF of it to your whatever device and look through it on your own. But this is basically the DC previews that we used to give you if you bought a big Diamond Previews catalog, and we'll show you what it looks like real quick. Because there's some.
This is the web one. So
this is looking at it on the
PDF.
internet.
There's stuff like that one in there. And
there we go. So most importantly, in this issue of DC Connect, we've got Batman: The Three Jokers. That's a huge thing. That is a 3-issue miniseries. It's written by Jeff Johns with art by Jason Fabok. If you want to scroll down, we can show. Oh, that's cool.
the page is over.
Okay. So this would be the inside front cover of the book. And then if you hit one more, I think the next, there you go. There's Batman: The Three Jokers. It gives you information about the book itself.
It does not have codes. No codes.
Yeah, there's no codes because DCBS/Lunar is using different codes than Midtown/UCS, so they can't even get their 2 new distributors on the same page to give us something that's searchable from both places. But there you go. You can see cover A is the Joker cover. Cover B is the Batman cover. That's going to carry through the entire miniseries. You've got page previews. You've got Dead Planet #2 with some variant covers.
Oh, that variant cover. Awesome.
What movie is that, though?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Martian? I don't know. What does this one do? Oh, that allows you to page. Okay.
Death Metal #3.
Death Metal.
Death Metal comes out next week, and they just announced that it's going to be extended by an issue to 7 instead of 6. Yeah, there's a couple of one-shots in here. You've got the Legends of the Dark Knight. You've got the Metal Guidebook. So all of this stuff is technically going to... We'll feature it once we start to get to the FOC cycle. But you've got information right there in the DC Connect. Cami Garcia is doing a new Teen Titans. That book right there. So we had I think it was last year at Denver Comic-Con. So Jorge Corona and his wife Morgan Beam. Morgan was talking about a project that she is doing for DC. This is that project. She's got a new Swamp Thing book that is out that is illustrated by her. So we're going to have to try to get her in the store to do a signing when this thing comes out, because I think it doesn't come out until October 13th. So we got plenty of time. But that's pretty awesome. I'm excited about that. So that's what the DC Connect thing is. It's basically just like a digital version of the DC previews that you used to have to purchase to get a hold of. So you can go through this thing and let us know what you want to order, and we'll have to put it on a paper somewhere because I can't put it in the system for you.
I'd like to set up a Google OneDrive thing or a Google
we'll have
document. Problem is everybody can mess with each other's stuff.
Right.
There's your problem.
We'd have to make it write only so that they couldn't edit it at all. But anyway, we're still trying to get you the tools that you need to buy the comics that you want to buy. But again, it's more important now than it ever has been prior to this point to communicate with us as to what you would like to order. And again, there's going to be mistakes. Stuff's going to happen. We are going to do our best to get you the comics that you want to buy. So that's it for this week's FOC show. I thank you guys for playing along and hanging out with Dom and I this early in the morning. Make sure you check out, obviously we're doing this live on Facebook right now, but if you're not on Facebook, which is ironic because we're doing this on Facebook, make sure you check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/Hall of Justice Comics Collectibles. There's going to be a link here somewhere for that as well. Make sure you subscribe to that channel, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post new content. New content, not nude content. That's a separate channel altogether. But yeah, have a safe weekend, guys. Have a great Friday. I'm John.
I'm Dom.
We'll see you guys this weekend, maybe. Maybe?
Oh.
I mean, I won't be here.
Now?
Are you going to be and soon?
No.
No.
We're leaving. You and I are leaving.
We're not going to be here. Bye-bye.
John and Dom are out for the weekend.
That's right. Come say hi to Mike and Sid, or Mike and Kai and Chris and Randy on Sunday, and buy some comics.
That's right.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.